Hello, I'm a guy that likes to talk about music, and today I want to talk about why I like a old Billy Joel song called New York State of Mind, even though I'm not from New York and I've never even been to New York. He did this song in the early 70s on one of his first albums before he got famous. I first heard the song on Greatest Hits Volume 1 and 2. It's kind of a jazzy song, slow jazz with piano and saxophone. The kind of song you might expect someone like Frank Sinatra or Tony Bennett to sing. In fact, Tony Bennett has sang this song. If you like Billy Joel songs like The Piano Man and Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, you might like this one. I acquired a taste for that jazz pop sound. I think it all began with a McDonald's commercial. They did this commercial once where a guy with a moon head, crescent moon, sat at a piano and sang about eating at McDonald's tonight to the tune of Mac the Knife, but he sings It's Mac Tonight for anyone who remembers that commercial. The song is based on a true story about a time where Billy Joel lived in California for a while and was happy to get back to New York. So he sings about how some people might want to take flights to Miami Beach or to Hollywood, but he'd rather just take a Greyhound bus to New York City. He's in a New York state of mind. I like this song, but I sing my own version of it. I sing about being in a Missouri state of mind. Why? Well, I have never been to New York before, but I just get this feeling that I wouldn't like it there. For one thing, I met New Yorkers living in South Florida. There's a lot of New Yorkers here, and I've met so many New Yorkers in Florida that if I didn't know any better, I would think that the New York accent is actually a Florida accent. And so many of these New Yorkers are not happy people. So many of them seem like they have a chip on their shoulder. And so I figure being in a New York state of mind means being angry. It's a state of mind that makes you want to yell and call people sea sucker a lot, you know. So yeah, if you're a New Yorker and you're a nice person and you think all New Yorkers are good people, then you all need to have a talk with the ones going down to Florida and tell them you guys are giving us all a bad name. Tell them to stop. I've had much happier experiences in Missouri. I grew up there and lived there a long time, but I've also lived in other states. So I have gone through times in which I really missed being in Missouri and couldn't wait until I got back there. So, no, I didn't want to take a flight to Miami Beach or to Hollywood. I wanted to go back to Missouri instead. Yeah, Florida might have warmer weather, but Missouri has warmer people. See my shirt? It says Missouri. It's not that bad. Yeah, I've had to say that a few times. Yeah, I bet some Billy Joel fans might think, but how can you make this a song about Missouri when when it has so many references to New York? Easy. You just change the lyrics. I make up my own lyrics. Like there's a line in there about how he doesn't care if he goes to Chinatown or Riverside. And in my head, I sing that I don't care if we go downtown or on the riverside. And, so in my head, there's a scene of like maybe me and a friend spending an evening hanging out. We might go downtown, to drink some beer at the bars. But then again, maybe we'll go to the riverside and drink some beer there instead. I did this video before about the song Fishing in the Dark by the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and how much I like it and how much I enjoy doing some night fishing in Missouri. And I have done some night fishing there on the riverside. Yeah, it's nice spending an evening on the riverside. Actually, I can tell you exactly, I think, where I got those lyrics from. The Doobie Brothers, Black Water, there's a part in there about how they're going to go fishing. But what if it rains? Well, if it rains, no big deal. We'll just go to the bar and dance instead, So that's what that line means to me. I don't care if we go downtown or on the riverside. But, of course, it might mean something different to those who live in the bigger towns and cities in Missouri. You might have both a downtown and a riverside. possibly close by each other, like St. Louis and Kansas City, etc. Missouri has a lot of towns on the rivers. The Missouri River, the Mississippi River, the Osage River, etc. And some might think that if you were to have a song called Missouri State of Mind, it would be a country song. Not necessarily. That jazz pop sound fits in fine with a song about Missouri to me. For one thing, once upon a time, St. Louis and Kansas City were two of the biggest hotspots for jazz, blues, and rhythm and blues. I mean, Missouri was the home of Charlie Parker, the sax player who helped shape and form what jazz music would become. Missouri was where Count Basie lived and played. Missouri was the home of Scott Joplin, the king of ragtime piano that had a huge influence on what jazz would become. And plus, there are jazz songs about Missouri. You know, I've got those show me Missouri blues, the Missouri Waltz, etc. And check this out. Well, even in central Missouri, we've got jazz bands. See, check this out. I don't know if they're still there or not, but like in central Missouri, where I used to live, both Columbia and Jefferson City had piano bars. I don't know if they're still there or not, but we used to have piano bars. So yeah, you could go downtown in Missouri and sing us a song. You're the piano man. Yeah, like my t-shirt says, Missouri. It's not so bad. Anyway, I guess I've had my fun for the day. I gotta go do something productive.